guys, welcome to Manifest Hub. My name is Tolu Ade. Thank you for joining me on another episode, and I am really glad for today's episode because guess what? I have two special people here with me today, so it's not just me here today. I've worked with them in different capacities in young adult ministry development and initiatives, and I'm really happy for them to join me on today's juicy topic. So you know what? Let me just let them introduce themselves. We have here...
I am Charles Ikotu. I attend Covenant Chapel, and I've served on the youth leadership team for about 4 years now.
Yeah, 4 years. That's a long time, I can imagine,
yeah,
right? So he's going to give us all the inside and outs. And to my, what is this? To my left, to my left here, I have...
Tosin, and I serve as a young adult leader at Grace Life Chapel. We are a new and growing church, and so we've been around for about a year now, and it's been great.
Nice. And you know what? If you want to really learn character, you should serve in a growing church. That really builds character in you. So, thanks so much, guys, for joining me. I'm really excited for us to...
Thanks for having us.
Get into today's episode? Yeah? Okay. So, guys, today we are going to be talking about ways in which you can support your young adult leader better in 2020. Because, guys, you know, 2020, it's a new year. We're all talking about like, ooh, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. But you know what? Your young adult leader needs you. Your young adult... But you know what? Your young adult leader needs you. And we just want to give you ways in which you can support us better because, you know, a lot of times we're supporting you, but we also need you. So I'm going to actually let these two take it away because, like I said, they're experts and I'm going to just chime in. So, guys, you can understand, you know, as a young adult leader, 4 years, and I know even though you've only been serving for a year and a half, the issues are very closely related.
Yeah.
And they are real.
Yes.
Do you guys ever feel like sometimes you just want to quit?
Oh,
I've gotten to that point already.
I was close to.
Yeah, I quit a lot of times. But you know what? This is a calling. We've been called to this to serve others. And we're really excited to do it. Even though sometimes you guys make us quit. Right? So today we are going to be talking about, like I said, ways in which you can support your young adult leader better in 2020. So I'm going to let Charles take it away. Charles, how do you think your young adults can support you better in 2020?
I'm gonna go. I don't know if it's an unpopular opinion, but money. You know, it's important to sow or invest into the ministry, right? In my opinion, you know, if the youth leaders are asking for dues, there's a reason. You know, they want to provide quality events for you. They want to provide events that you actually want to go to, you know. So, and that usually, in most cases, requires money, you know. And we, as a young adult leader, we want to be self-sustaining. You know, we don't always want to rely on the church for our source, right? You know, we want to rely on God and our fellow young adults.
And
right?
God, like we always say, the church should pay for it, but it's like, hello, we are the church, right?
And I have something closely related to that as well, which is invest in the vision. And so when you're investing in the vision, you don't just see it as, oh, it's the young adult leaders thing. It's sort of, it's our thing.
Oh my gosh, that like gets owners. Like when people just, like they think it's your thing. But guy, like if I leave today, so you telling me this is not going to continue? It is, right? So
it's really important to invest in our vision.
For sure. Yeah, our vision. That's definitely a big one. Another one has to do with supporting. You have something to say about that.
Yes. So it's really important to sort of support your young adult leader in any capacity that you can. So if you know that you're talented at something, you need to sort of just, you know, volunteer to say, hey, I can do this. You know, what do you need help with? What can I do to, you know, allow this vision to grow? If you're good in, let's say, technology, you could always volunteer to shoot a video or to, you know, take over the social media page or whatever, in whatever capacity you can. If you know that you're good at something, volunteer yourself. Don't wait till, you know, we're kind of dragging you to come and do something before you do it. Sort of volunteer yourself.
Yeah, and you know, I did say that in my last video, like ways in which you can connect with your local church or your young adult ministry, like as a leader, and this happens at work too. Like people like people that raise their hands up and don't just raise their hands up to say I'm gonna do it, but they do it well.
Proactive.
Yeah, they're proactive. So when you do it, or when you do say, okay, I'm gonna do something, don't make us have to come drag you, right? Or find, like you say, you're gonna deliver it tomorrow, and then 2 months later, right?
Still waiting.
Yeah, so that's definitely a big one. Another one, I think, Charles, we were talking earlier, you had another one that has to do with, is it social media?
Yeah, so showing support, like I tell you, support.
Yeah.
You know, it's in this day and age, we live in a social media, in the world, right? So of course, your youth leaders or the executives will have social media accounts that they use to promote youth events and things like that. So as a young adult within that ministry, you should do everything you can to support. So like every post, subscribe to every channel, retweet, repost, just to spread the ministry of your young adult group, right?
Yeah, for sure. And so, like, speaking of social, most of us, like, you would only be living in like a
Stone Ages.
Okay, fine, you don't have Facebook because that's not cool.
Oh yeah, no.
But like, you have Instagram, you have Twitter, you have WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Oh my God.
You have WhatsApp. Okay, fine. You're not trying to be connected to the outside world. You have a phone. I would hope. So you can always share those messages like on your personal social accounts, right?
Right.
When there's an event coming up, I notice like young adults they do share it, but then they share like 2 days before.
Like the I've been one of those. I've been one of those that shares it lackadaisically. Maybe the day before or what?
Or the day of.
The day of. Oh my God.
So they didn't say I didn't do anything.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Like just to add on that, when you show enthusiasm to what your young adult leader is doing, it motivates them and it makes them want to continue. So like when you're excited and when you're telling your friends about it and when you're posting it on social media and when you seem enthusiastic about the vision, like it kind of encourages everybody as a whole. So it's important to be enthusiastic and show support that way. And
one thing I wanted to add is, like, one thing that's important with the support is to show up.
Actually.
On time, guys, on time.
Yeah.
Because it will be waltzing it at like an hour after, and then they're like, "Oh, we never start early." Like, you were not here.
Exactly.
Right. So definitely like show up in person. I like what you said about like be excited about it. Like that actually reminded me of I'm wearing a sweatshirt today. From our past conference at my church, Living in Truth. So to stop living in your truth. And but anyways, sidebar. I was really, really like encouraged because I was like, first part of like the ones driving the planning committee when we were coming back from another national conference in July. So this conference was in October 2019, and I got a video sent to my my WhatsApp. One of the girls on the planning team, because it was in a bus ride from Montreal back to Toronto, and she was actually like, she was using the megaphone to tell like everybody in the bus, because they all don't go to our church, about, hey guys, my church has a young adult conference coming up, Living in Truth conference, and that just really made my head swell.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like I was just like, because honestly, like I was getting to a point where I was really getting discouraged, honestly, about the planning. Yeah, right. And it does happen. Like, we're human beings too. We don't have two heads. Right? Like, we're human beings just like you. We have lives just like you. So we do get discouraged when you don't support us, when you don't show up, right? When you say you're going to do stuff and you don't do it. When you're not excited, it feels like it's our conference. Yeah. And there's that pressure also on us to make it good, not just for us, but also for you and the people that come. So that really just really encouraged me, and that gave me some ginger. So I really love that. Did you have any other points?
Yes, I think prayer is key. So pray for your young adult leaders, because honestly, the spiritual warfare is real. We're in a position to lead young adults, and oftentimes it comes with a lot of spiritual attacks. So prayer is really important. Pray for your young adult group even as a whole, because as young adults, of course, we need prayers. Everybody needs prayers. So I think praying for your leaders is really important.
Yeah, for sure. And it really puts you in a position, like when we pray, it not only changes the person, it changes us too.
Yeah.
Because we get to now begin to, like, the Holy Spirit works in us to really begin to feel them a little bit.
Empathize.
Empathize with them, right? And also understanding, again, like we were saying before, like, they do have feelings.
Yeah.
So, and they're not perfect.
Nobody
At
is.
all.
Nobody is. Like, they're not a leader because, oh my gosh, they have it all together.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because you know, that's what, and which is going to move into your next one about feedback, right?
Yes, yeah.
People give you feedback, but sometimes the way they give it to you,
It discourages you.
Please take that away.
Okay, so my next point is give feedback. Feedback is very, very important for your youth leaders. There are general meetings that they have with the entire youth young adult body. Attend those, go to that, raise up your hand and give feedback on a past event or how the state of things are going, you know, what the things you want to see, the things, because they are there for you, right? They're here to serve you, you know, so help them to create initiatives, workshops, programs, events that you would actually want to go to. You know, that is very, very important. So fill out those. I know it's tiring. You get those emails, spam emails that, we would like, give us your feedback, please, after a certain event or things like that. Please fill those out. Those are important to help the progress and the growth of the young adult ministry, you know. Or even if you want to talk to somebody or talk to one of the, you don't have to talk to all of them.
Yeah,
right?
like send a text.
Yes, yeah. Or
there
at least has to be one of them that you're closer to.
That is true.
You know, that you can have that one-on-one conversation with, and they can relay it to the rest of the team. You know, so it doesn't have to be, let your voice be heard, because it's an important voice, and it's a voice that is needed to grow the ministry.
Just to add to that, giving feedback is good and we all welcome it, but constructively. Just ensure that you give it constructively and it's not just
Please, I think maybe that's a big word. Break that down. Just in case you don't know, because we hear that a lot, constructive feedback. What does that actually really mean?
So I like to use kind of the sandwich method. So if there's something you didn't like about what a young adult leader did, start with something positive, something that you do like, something that you want to encourage them to continue.
That make their head swim.
Yes, and then you can insert the thing that you didn't necessarily like. But again, try to be kind in your words. Don't just attack. But you can insert that in the middle, and then end with something again that's positive, that's good, and kind of package it into that sandwich method. And
and just to kind of add to that, one thing that I've had to learn, because I'm one of those people, I'm very straight shooter. I'll just drop it. But when leading people, I've had to learn to just kind of massage my words a little bit, still get my points across. So speaking about the sandwich approach and also the kind way in which you can give feedback is that, so rather than saying, people say this a lot, like you said, it's our vision, it's our young adult ministry. We just had a conference. But you hear people come back and say, you guys could have done this better. Yeah. Oh, you guys didn't. But it's like, dude, or sometimes some people on the planning team are like, oh, you guys. And I'm like, hello, you're right here. Right? So don't say you guys. Say, hey, I feel like we could have done this better.
Yes.
Right? So let's say, for example, we didn't start on time. I feel like we could start on time next time. Plan ahead and do everything we need to do to start on time. That's better than you guys didn't start on time. And I'm going to comfort you if I saw you did not come on time either. Because I'm one of those young adults where I'm just not that I'm trying to, pass on the responsibility, but at the same time, if we all understand that this is our young adult ministry, then it means I'm not the only one that has to come on time. Yeah. You also got to show up, and you have to show up on time. So you also, if you want me to give you feedback in a nice way, you owe that to me too as well.
Yeah, it's important to take that ownership as well, because you don't want to shoulder it on the leaders only. You want to spread it around so that we all win together.
Yeah. And one key thing is, so we're just wrapping up now. One key thing that I always tell young adults is that if a leader leaves, and also this is also good for leaders. Leaders, you need to learn this too. Because you're not going to be in a church forever. In as much as you think you're going to, you're not going to be a young adult forever, right?
Yeah.
So you need to start, as soon as you get there, start duplicating yourself, number one. Start making sure people own stuff. And that's the way in which you can engage them. Because it would really it's not a good look when you leave and something just dies. Right?
That's not a good indicator of a good leader.
Yeah, a good leader.
You're supposed to.
Yeah. And also even like the owners also, so it's equally on everybody, right?
Yeah.
Like how, like you shouldn't only let, like you said, only let your leader shoulder everything, right? It's stressful. I've had days where like, I remember that I actually started doing this like maybe 2 years ago. Because I when I started leadership, like in young adults ministry, I used to feel like I can't be away from church. I have to be there for everybody. But then when I realized that, hey, so sometimes you need because especially when I see like I've been running around like operations, like doing this, doing that, and sometimes like my spiritual energy is depleted. I've been, that's one area God has taught me the last like 2 years. Like, yo, I need you sitting with me. Like, I put you in this. You can't be running around, right? So leave them. Like, if you have to leave them for one day, they'll be fine. You're not Jesus, right? And I've had to do that to just come back and just regroup. And when I come back, I'm fresher. Like, I'm not irritated. Like, that's when it just comes and like says, you guys did it, right? So, support. And one way in which also, just to recap, in which you can support is to give feedback, but in a nice way.
Yes.
Was there any other thing?
I think that was all I had on my part.
Yeah. So I think that's like really, really big. So just kind of recap of some of the things we talked about. Number one is money. Money talks, right?
Money talks.
Like, put your money where your mouth is
exactly.
at, guys. Like, let's do this together. And we have the money, right? Number two is put your hand up, volunteer.
Yes.
And when you volunteer, don't just do it anyhow. Don't just be lackadaisical about it.
Yeah.
Another one also we talked about is to support by sharing on your social media. And not just sharing on your social media, show up in person. Don't be talking about, I'll be there in spirit.
We need you in person.
Like we need your whole body. So and come with your posses, like come with your friends, right? Bring people, because that's also your way to outreach and evangelize and let others know about Christ. Another one also, prayer. I missed like that. Just to kind of touch on that, definitely like it's really important. Like we said, when you pray, you are able to empathize better with your young adult leader. And when you pray for your leader, you're kind of praying for yourself. Right? I forget this chapter in the Bible that talks about like the anointing running from the head of Aaron down to his beard to his. So it's like, if your leader is doing well, you're going to be doing well. I know a lot of us don't really agree with that. But like in with spiritual principles, the way God has set things up, it's just like watch a country. Like if the leader is not like getting their stuff together, like everybody at the bottom, like you suffer. Right. So if that makes sense, guys, this makes sense also in the spiritual too. So I think that's about it. Thank you so much, guys, for joining me, Charles,
for having us,
and Tosin. Thank you so much, guys. I literally called them up 2 days ago, guys. A year and a half. And I'm like a bulldog like that. Like if I want something, I'm just like, come on. So I really appreciate it. They drove me like maybe about at least 40 minutes to get here today. So I really appreciate them, Charles, and Tosin. I really pray that God will continue to give you the strength to not run away and not want to quit. And if you go to their churches and you haven't started following Manifest Hub yet, please tell your people.
You need to follow Manifest Hub now. Do it even right now. Right now. I see you looking at your
Pause
phone.
the video and click
subscribe on YouTube, or if you're on Instagram watching on IGTV at Manifest Hub. Right? Well, come on, let's do this. I will be giving you tips and how you can support your young adult leader better. And also I give you tips for yourself too, as a young adult, right? So Manifest Up is not just for young adult leaders. It's for young adults as well, to build you with the skills that you need to, first of all, build an engaging young adults ministry at your church, but also you learn things that you can use out there in the real world, like We talked about feedback, like how you give feedback just right now.
Yeah.
We talked about investing, right? We talked about volunteering at work, so you gotta do that.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much, guys. It's been real. I am really, really excited to continue this journey with you, and I look forward to serving you better in 2020. So guys, peace out.
Bye.